no hesitation and forward thinking only. Shining with our it factor head to top of the mind just to get to another top. And as you know, we got an evolutionary talk. You know, I gotta get the guest, the special guest, the one and only guest, the one that y'all been talking about. You should have a conversation with him. You should get him on a podcast. Shout out to Russell because he did help to link this together. But
Yeah, shout
without
out to Russell, too dapper. And I'm gonna be on his show this Friday.
Oh, say less. But without, me ranting off about our special guest, but I want to say shout out to him and all his success creating soap. It's soaps, correct? You creating soaps? Yeah, that's
Got that
um,
soap.
already on deck. Already on deck, and having it and being consistent and always speaking on masculine identity. And I think that's a very important thing. But without further ado, Miles, please introduce yourself to the folks.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Miles Cunningham, the world's first and only masculine identity coach. You can find me, you can find all my stuff at masculineidentity.com. And I also have the masculine identity membership. You could also go to masculine identity membership. I just want to say thank you for having me, and I'm happy to be here, man. Appreciate you.
No, for sure, always. It's a great thing to bridge two things together, see two different types of communities and audience into one thing. So
Yes,
now
sir.
that kind of brings me to everything because, like I even told you behind the scenes, what my whole thing was is about diving deep into who you are.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to know, and for those who don't know, because it's just off my curiosity too, it's just
Mhm.
what's the story behind Miles and what woke you up? Like what got you to the point to be like, oh, I can't do this no more. I know you speak along a game a lot. Well, I'll talk about it as well. But it's like what was the awakening? When did you wake up and how did that process go for you to keep moving forward to be like, I can't go back into how I used to be?
Well, there was a few different like events in my life that kind of showed me things, but
Mm,
what I want to say though is that there was always something about my personality, something about my identity, if you will,
mm,
that allowed me to recognize the messages in those events when they happen. Because I mean, not things can happen to people, and they may not actually see the message. Right? You may have a person who's an alcoholic that might get into a car accident, but he'll continue drinking because he won't recognize that it's the alcohol that impaired his vision. He just thinks the other person made a mistake or it was just bad luck. You get what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
So there's different things in my life that happen throughout the course of my life. And it's like, the universe or God, nature, whatever you subscribe to, was showing me a certain message.
Yeah.
You understand? And ultimately the message was to love myself and put myself first.
Hmm.
Right. And it was interesting because once I realized that message, I still had to come to terms with it. Why? Because all my life I've been told that being quote unquote selfish is a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I also had to recognize that putting myself first doesn't mean something bad,
Yeah.
right? Because we have to come to realize that, especially as men, people depend on us for so many things.
Hmm.
You understand? And if people depend on men 24 hours a day. Because if a fire breaks out in an apartment building at 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
the majority of people that's showing up, I mean, I'm not mad at female firefighters, but the majority of
Yeah.
people that's showing up, we all know. You
Yeah.
understand? It might be one female in the group. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we all know what it is. So with that being said, I realized that putting yourself first is not really about being selfish. Putting yourself first is about making sure that you're good so you can be in position to be a blessing to others, to be of service to others.
Yeah.
You understand? The only way I can serve is if I'm right in the mind, the body, and soul. So I got to
Mhm.
put myself first like I said, in a healthy way, not in that bad way where I'm just being malicious and I want to be greedy and I just want everything for myself. But at the same time, if I'm not good, then how can I be any good to anyone else?
Yeah, and so really quickly, so how how to be selfish is to be selfless, and we spoke a little bit on that behind the scenes, but when you were talking about that part, how do you think to be selfish could be better for those around you? Because some people could think the selfish thing is greedy and stuff like that. Now, and I wanted to get your perspective because you brought it up because that's going to tie into how did that go about the you putting yourself first for those around you? Because
Right.
once you make that shift, friends, family, maybe girlfriends, it could be a whole completely different type of shift, and they could look at you a certain way. How did you manage that and keep moving forward with it?
Well, I won't act like it was completely easy, But what I
Mm-hmm.
will say is that at the end of the day, when you honestly and authentically put yourself first,
Yeah.
you start to you start to uncover a level of honesty within your experience in life. And what
Yeah.
do I mean by that? Again, it's all about a certain level of recognition, right? So you have some people who they claim they got a group of 10 friends, right? But the main reason why you got a group of 10 friends is because you the one, for whatever reason, you the one that knows the bouncer. For whatever reason, you the one that got the gift of gab, so you could always get people into the place for free. For
Right.
whatever reason, you the one that got the hookup at the pizza shop where when you order one pizza, they send three just because, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got 10 friends that's always hanging around you, right? But let's just say you say to yourself, you know what, man? I really want to start a fitness journey because fitness has been calling me, and it's something that's honestly me. Because I spend most of and the funny part is, out of my 10 friends, when I go to the gym, I never see them.
Mm.
You think you right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
so
know
then you
exactly what you're
say
saying.
so then you say, well, I'm not gonna go to the club anymore. I'm not gonna order any pizza anymore. I'm gonna be about fitness
Mm.
because that is my true calling. That's what I feel inside. That's really authentic, and that's where I
Yeah.
really need to
Pulling
be.
me
Right?
towards. Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden you realize them 10 friends you had, you don't see them no more.
Mm. Yes.
Why is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you start going to the gym, you start hanging out at fitness conventions, and you start meeting actual people that resonate with the true you. So what I'm
Right.
saying is that putting yourself first and being authentic, it's going to bring you to the actual experience that you should be having in this life. A lot of us are experiencing a false reality based on people just wanting to be around us and with us because they benefit,
Mm.
because there's certain parts of us that may benefit their truth, but none of them are benefiting our truth.
Yeah.
And as soon as we start to nurture our truth from within, all of a sudden those people are disappearing. How does that work? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the true calling was to for you to do what you need to do for you, and that's what putting yourself first means. You understand? So now you're not waking up tired and drunk from the night before. Now you're not doing bad things to your body by eating a bunch of pizza with your so-called friends. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because if your friends was really your friends, they would be like, "Hey man, you know what? You're right. Instead of ordering pizza, let's get some salad. Let's go to Chipotle and get the bowl
Facts.
without the rice. And what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go for a hike. Instead of going to the club, let's go for a hike, bro. Like let's do that. Like, cause I feel you.
Yeah.
But there's like none of them is there though. Like what how does that work? And then if that's who you choose, because you always knew in the back of your mind, when you was 2021, that was kind of cool to experience the club. But after
Yeah.
the first couple of
Sure.
months, you had already got tired of it.
Yeah, shit. I've been experiencing the club since I was like 17, bro. Like I would
Exactly.
like yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking
So
about.
so
Yeah.
so there was a point where, okay, you experienced it, but there was a point
Mhm.
where you're like, but you
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
going
yeah, yeah.
because of those friends.
Exactly.
But when you
Yeah.
truly start to express your truth, nobody wanted to go hiking with you. Nobody wanted to come to the gym
Mm-hmm.
with you. Nobody don't want to order healthy food with you, or learn how
Mm-hmm.
to cook healthy food and meal prep and go bike riding. And nobody wants to do, no, none of your friends really want to do that shit. So are they really your friends? You see what
No.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So what I'm saying is that, again, sometimes it might hurt because when you realize the honesty of the situation, that
Hmm.
the friends that you thought were your friends are not really your friends, meaning, and not to say that they're bad people, don't get me wrong, but meaning to say that you don't really relate to them like that.
Hmm.
And you have to deal with that reality. Now you got to realize, oh, so this is my true existence without all the fluff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so I was willing to choose, because I've always been the type to choose honesty, and honesty and bluntness over fluff. I've always been the type. So that's what I mean when I
Me
say
too.
there's a part of me that always recognized a certain thing, where I would always make a certain choice when the universe showed me something.
Hmm.
So if that means I could only count on one hand how many friends I got, then so be it.
Yeah.
You understand? And it just so happens that that's what my life is like right now. I could literally count on one hand how many friends I actually have. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I completely understand that. It's especially with because that was one of the things. one of the most important things that happened like around 2020, 19, 18. Because I started understanding certain things or having the gift of gab. And it's like, I understand for doing it, but I also need to roll around those who do have a gift of gab too, though. You know, like, because I can't just be the only one carrying the book bag.
You can't be
Everybody
the
else got to
smartest
play.
person in the room, bruh. If you
Exactly.
can't be the smartest
Exactly.
person in the room, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Exactly. And I learned that shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm separating myself. And I even told her, I remember one time we had a conversation and I just told him, I was like, we're not gonna be friends again. I just can tell. I can see it because that the whole direct and blunt shit, I completely understand that. Because that's just, I mean, I don't understand why not tell the truth. Now there's a way about going to be direct and blunt and telling the truth, but at the same time, there's some things just need to be said the way it needs to be said.
Facts.
Because even for the folks that can relate or can't relate, want to break out. Because I had some people that asked me about with the friend groups and what if they're not on the same page. There's gonna be a time that you're gonna have to cut them off. Honestly, the time is now. Everything is now, anyways. But
Yeah.
even because if you keep prolonging it, you're gonna try to attach yourself to the memories and to the attachments, and that's what gets people is like, oh my god, like, but we're friends, but he met my family, we had, like, okay, cool, but all that has to go down the drain in order for you to get to your whole path. And I
Yeah.
like that you said that you will truly align with those who understand you on that type of path, because the people who still stay at the clubs just to kind of stay there, and there's no knock on them, because I go every once in a while just to just go out and shit, but when they go out there and they're doing it religiously, it's like sticking. It's like fear of missing out.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fear of missing. I'm fearing like there's
Yeah.
could be something happening. Let me attach myself to this. So I really like that too. And before I get to my next part, one thing I often say is that authenticity is polarizing, and it's one of the
Yeah.
most
That's a
important
fact.
assets in this life. So I like that you were saying that because it's relatable. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I can relate, and hopefully for those that are listening can relate because he just co-signed it, y'all. Like, listen, y'all hear me saying it all the time. I talk about it every single time. But Miles is talking about authenticity is everything. Is the true. Is the path to true to self love and everything like that. But for those that's in the building, I want to say thank you for taking the time out. Go ahead and drop some stars for Miles Cunningham that's in the building, and don't forget to like this
Zoramina,
live.
Danny Rosa, what up? What up?
What's going on, y'all? Go ahead and drop some stars. We got Miles Cunningham in the fucking building now. When we're talking, okay, because we talked behind the scenes, and I wanted to speak a little bit on this about because when you said you were paying for cat, and how was that? Did you learn like after that, like I can't do this no more? Like how was that process from changing to that to actually getting women off of who you are? Just like the strength of your authenticity. How did that change go for you?
Well, and okay, so I want to make something clear. Like I've
Hmm.
always been a go out and talk to women type of guy.
Yeah.
The times that I actually paid for pussy was literally some vacation shit. Like
Mm.
it was like just a one like it was an experience that I was going after for the purpose of the experience. You get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not like
Okay.
it's
Okay. Cool.
please don't misconstrue like I was paying for pussy because I couldn't get pussy. You get what I'm saying?
Ah. Okay. Okay. That makes
So
sense.
when I
Yeah.
so when so again, I remember when a friend and
Oh, so
this
you did
happened
for
when
the
I
experience.
yeah, this happened when I
All
was
right, that's
younger.
cool.
Cause before passport bros and all that other shit, before
Hmm.
all of that,
Yeah.
it was the young college white boys that was going to Brazil and
Mm.
wilding out,
Okay.
but they kept it on the low. Okay, so when I got to college, I had a friend of mine. He joined this fraternity, and they told him about it,
Mm.
and he went with them, and he came back and told me about it, and I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to go. Let's go." So then we
Yeah.
went, and then we had the experience. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then when I came back, I told a couple of my other boys. You know what I'm saying? And then we went again, and like I said, it was some vacation shit, bro. It wasn't like we couldn't. And I got it was a mixture because I got pussy while I was out there without it, and I
Yeah.
got it, and I paid for it. You get what I'm saying? So it was more of
Yeah.
an experience. But
Oh, okay, okay.
but on a regular day, bro, like I don't. That's not something that I practice. You get what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
so let's not misconstrue it, y'all. I had the facts wrong, but yeah, no, I just didn't know. I thought that was like before, and then you're like, oh yeah, I ain't doing
No,
it no
no, no, no,
more.
no.
Okay,
I
cool.
see. The thing is that I brought it up
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to show that I could. Because remember when we had that whole passport bros debate
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I brought it up on purpose because again, I'm an honest, authentic guy. So if
Hmm.
I wanted to bring it up so I can let them know that I can relate to them. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like I've been to Brazil, I've bought pussy, I know the experience, I know what you're dealing with, I know what you're going through. But
Hmm.
I also want to let you know that the most important thing is game and not forgetting who
Yeah.
you are and not being fooled by the situation. Because yes, these women are still, even when you get pussy for free in those countries for
Yeah.
free,
Yeah.
there's still an element of the fact that they're fucking you because they know you're a gringo.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're fucking you because they know that you are an American from, you know, from America. Oh my God. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You're different.
all I was trying to do was to let them know I know I've been in your shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all. It was, you know, so it wasn't like there was a point in my life where all I did was pay for
Same
pussy
shit.
and then I
Yeah.
stopped. No, no, no. I did that
Okay.
like one time going to Brazil. Well, not one time, but when I went to Brazil, it was like a part of the vacation process. Like for example, when I was younger, when I went on vacation, I used to buy a pack of cigarettes,
Hmm.
but I don't smoke. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're
So you know,
saying.
I mean, I smoke cigars, but I don't smoke cigarettes. But like when I used to do that, and you know what happened? Again, authenticity still showed me who I was because like clockwork. By the time I reached the fourth cigarette, I would always get sick.
Mm.
So I stopped doing that shit too. So I haven't smoked a cigarette since like my 20s. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um and
I
then
fuck with that though.
and I haven't paid for pussy since my 20s either. So the thing is that again, I just want to let I brought it up and I wanted to be honest to let let the passport bros understand that when I
Hmm.
talk, I'm speaking from a place of experience.
Hmm.
So it's not like I'm just looking my nose down at them and say, "Oh well, you're fucked up for going to a foreign
Yeah.
country and paying for pussy and blah blah blah." No, I've done it before, so
Hmm.
I understand the terrain. I understand what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. So when I give my opinion, it's not from someone who's totally ignorant to the situation.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're coming from a place where you can also just understand them. It's like empathize with them in a sense, because at the end of the day, even though there's a lot of fucked up shit in that whole atmosphere of people, there's still a lot to learn and still can guide those people. Like those people aren't still deadbeat people. So I completely understand what you're talking about because it's like you don't want to just be a brick wall completely. You want to just look at them because you can even talk to them and having a conversation relating to them can bring them an outlook to be like,
Yeah.
can I learn masculine identity now? You know what I'm saying? Can I learn the all-star life?
Because I know both sides, bro. I know both
Yeah,
sides. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like
absolutely.
when Malcolm X used to talk to you know the crackheads and the drug dealers. He's like, "Yo,
Hmm.
the reason why I know what you're going through and I know why you should listen to me is because I've been where you are." You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's what it
Not
is.
to, yeah, I completely understand. Like, especially like when I was younger in like high school, middle school, I experienced the heartbreak shit. So when new people come to me talking about heartbreaks or I can't get over her, I get it. It's a way to emphasize for that shit. So I completely understand
Exactly.
that. That's
Exactly.
incredible though. I've never heard that. That's a cool method. I never heard that before. Someone just like, let me experience it. But I get it. Like I think we all have experienced certain things before. If you never club, you're like, fuck it, let me go club. Oh,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
why people the hype of the club and shit like that.
Exactly.
I completely understand that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to shift into the part of now. So you have already talked about a little bit about masculine identity, in the beginning, even throughout this whole thing. But when did that? When was the like birth of it? And then when it came to you into fruition, and then how it grew to where it is now? Because
Yeah.
you speak on it often. It's on the soap. Y'all
Yeah.
need to go ahead and cop that soap.
It's on the soap, man. It's on the soap, man.
Print it right then and
Masculine
there.
identity, natural soap. Yeah. So it was something that was kind of brewing in my head for a long time, bro. Being shout out to my business partner, Mr. Lucario. You know,
Yeah, shout out for real.
being amongst him for as long as I've been, and it was like again, like I said, I've always had a certain thing about me where I recognize certain things. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And just running the business with Lucario and even before we really started like this business, we used to do music together and we always we always wrote songs and did lyrics and performed songs that were about self,
Mm.
that was about identity, that was about loving yourself, that was about putting yourself first and
Yeah,
believing in yourself, confidence, and all that other stuff. Like that's the basis of most of our music. If
yeah.
if we was to go through the catalog and stuff, I mean, I don't even know where half of the shit is. But
I was actually gonna bring that up too as you were speaking because you were talking about
yeah,
before, and I remember there was like a picture of y'all, right? Where
yeah,
like I think he was performing, I think you were recording or something like that. I was
yeah,
like, bro,
yeah.
it gets deep. It gets deep. It's hard to
Yeah,
say.
we've been grounded for a minute. So, but like for
Mhm.
example, because our company is iTax Media, but before
Yeah.
that, our company was called iTax Entertainment,
Hmm.
right? And iTax is ITAKKS, and it stands for I think all kinds of kids succeed.
Mm.
Do you understand? So
Yeah, absolutely.
even the name of our company, and shout out to the brother who created it. I don't know if you want me to say his name, but we didn't create that. It was one of our partners, one of our other partners that created it. So I
You're
just
more
want to
than
give
welcome
credit.
to.
I just want to give credit to where it's due. Just let you know I didn't come up with it.
Mhm.
But
You're more than welcome to say it if you like.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
Because he's not in this world, he's not in this YouTube social media world, so I'll leave him alone.
Oh,
But
you
but
gotta
I just
respect.
want to
Yeah.
let it be known. I just want to let it be known that it's not, I didn't come up with it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Of
But
course.
when he did come up with the acronym, we all embraced it because that's what we were all about. I think all kinds of kids succeed. Because I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's a kid. No matter how old you are, you can still be considered a kid, right?
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
you're learning, if you're young, you could be young in knowledge or young in experience and be
Hmm.
like 53 years old. So I think
Student
all
teacher.
kinds, right? You're still learning. So I think all kinds of kids succeed. It was something that was just embedded in us, in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls. And
Hmm.
so that's when we crossed over. So we would write songs about relationships and confidence and putting yourself first and all that type, love, self-love, all of that. So then when we crossed over into talking about dating, it was like, okay, now we're getting into, we can't, not only do you need to love yourself, but you can't worry about what other people think. So then that evolved into the bad boy membership. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got to be the bad boy. You kind of got to be an asshole. You kind of got to piss people off because, like we talked about earlier, because you're putting yourself first.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So then you become quote unquote the bad boy. So that's how we came up with the bad boy membership, and Lucario became the bad boy of the dating game, right?
Yeah.
And then from there we just kept talking about like it. It all comes back to who you are, right? Because you know one of the big antithetical groups when we as we came up was the looks money status guys,
Hmm.
right? So they're like, oh well, getting girls is all about looks, getting girls is all about money, getting girls is all about your status. So we were always, especially Lucario. Like I said, I give Lucario a lot of credit because he opened my eyes to a lot of things. You understand? And I think that's why I gravitated to his friendship, and then we became business partners. So
Hmm.
it's like, okay, so if it's about looks, then that means that if she finds a guy that looks better than you, she could leave you.
Facts.
Okay, so that's done. If it's about money, as soon as she finds somebody with $1 more than you, she gonna leave you. So that's
Mhm.
done. Sorry to give you the finger, but it's my bad.
I know
So
what you mean.
if it's about status, then if you could find a guy that has a higher status than you, that's done.
Hmm.
So what's left after you take away looks, money, and status? Your identity.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And your
Yeah.
identity, once you're locked in on your identity, it's the one thing that no one can repeat my thumbprint,
Yeah.
my fingerprint. No one
Hmm.
can repeat the exact way I think. No one see, and that's the beauty of the universe. Like the universe, as vast as it is, your genetic code as it stands in your body right now will not be repeated, bro.
Ever.
Even if they make, and think about how vast and how wonderful that is.
Insane.
It's insane. Think
It's
about how many
insane.
years the,
Like
the earth
literally.
has been in existence, and the fact that you are one genetic code that will never be repeated and
It's
has
the
never come before.
yeah.
So I look at that, and between game and confidence and love and believing in yourself, I'm like, yo, it has to do with my identity. And
Yeah.
then beyond that, then I take it to the masculine part because I honestly believe that men are the closest thing to God.
Yeah.
I think, and you know, it may sound a little bit misogynistic, I understand, but I honestly believe that women are an accessory to men.
Hmm.
Like women work literally, and I'm not even talking biblically, right? Although
Yeah.
there's evidence biblically as well, but I honestly believe that women were literally created to enhance a man's experience, not the other
Yeah.
way around.
In the path
So,
and the route.
that's why I believe in a masculine identity,
Yeah.
right? The structural, the logical, the we're able to have emotions, but we can also, you know, we can use our emotions for motivation to get things done, because that's what we need to do as men. We're
Yeah.
here to serve, we're here to provide structure and infrastructure, and we're here to provide resources, we're here to dig up the resources so we could use them for other things. You know, like
Absolutely. Yeah.
everything you see around you, all the buildings, the roads, the streets, the bridges, the trucks, all the vehicles, everything you see around you, a man touched it, bro.
Yeah.
And
Created
if a
by
man
man.
didn't touch it, it wouldn't be. And
Yeah.
so, and again, I don't, trust me, I don't hate women in the least. I'm not like a,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not like any of those guys that bash women or nothing. But because I believe in the responsibility of man so much, I just don't put that much power in the hands of a woman to begin with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know that I know that I'm here to facilitate for the woman. And then the better of a facilitator that I am for the woman. And when I say facilitator, I don't just mean money and resources. I also mean knowledge,
Yeah.
guidance, love, protection, security,
Problem solving. All
consistency, all
right.
these
Yeah.
things. If I do that correctly, the woman is gonna be, she's gonna be a fucking gem for me, bro. You see
Easily.
what I'm saying? She's
Yeah.
gonna be super valuable. But where does her value come from? It comes from here.
You. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well.
Exactly.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
that's why I believe in the masculine identity. So sometimes sometimes I say that there's almost no such thing as a feminine identity.
Hmm.
Why? Because a woman actually absorbs the identity of her man.
Of the men, yes, yes, they become the mirror. And I was talking
You're a
about this on
mirror. You're a
Discord too.
mirror.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're because I mean that's just feminine energy too. It's like a mirror. It's like a kind of just going with the flow type of thing, rather than being a rock of the river. I'm staying there solid while this is going to flow. It could flow around me, but I understand it wholeheartedly. Like, and I've been saying it, and I've been coming into like just deep realizations of it. Just whatever I mirror for the woman that's with me, and how she moves with me is exactly how I am. If
Right.
she like I even broke it down to this thing where there was I had this live about the confessions of a bored sex deprived woman. And so she
Hmm.
was talking about how her man they only do routines and they've been fucking like missionary and just sometimes doggy style. But the way she typed it showed how boring it was. But
Hmm.
it wasn't because she was bored. It's that, but it's because he's boring. Because he
Mm.
even brought to saying that he was saying he's a loser to her. So because he's boring, he's bland, he's keeping the routine. There's no spice, there's no masculine identity, there's no direction, there's no vision, there's no fun. She is typing like him and only mirroring how miserable he is. When a woman is miserable, it's only because he's miserable. Women
Facts.
are going to be filled with positivity being around a man who's positive and love themselves.
Exactly.
I met women that have done a complete 180 after they met me, and I tell men too, only drop a small dose because that small dose is way too motherfucking much sometimes.
It's
Like
potent. It's potent, bro.
it's extremely potent. I love that you was talking about like, see now we up. So I love that you were saying like, she I can make it to a gym. That's exactly what they want. Because I've talked to women who had small problems. I gave them some dose of game, completely shifted. Now
I'm
she's
telling you.
I don't want to be around my friends. Oh, my mom is tripping. I got to get my own place. I got to do certain things, and I got to do this. And we don't even last long because
Hey,
at the end of the day, I'm not here for the serious shit. I'm
yeah,
right now. I'm just having some fun, you know.
yeah. I'm
But
telling you.
they of course they wanted more, but at the same time, it don't last long. But as long as I leave her fucking better off than I
Yep.
met her, that was my mission. You
That's
know,
it.
that's the
That's
mission.
it.
And one thing now we can move into the. Firstly, I got to comment on the universe thing because I wake up almost every day and think about how insane life is. Like the
Yeah.
fact that I can open my eyes and speak the way I speak, look the way I like, like the avatar, like all, like it's just insane. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. Life literally just blows my mind. But
Gratitude for real. Yep.
it's incredible, and I'm grateful even for this conversation. I'm grateful for those
Yes, sir.
watching and tune. You're here, and I'm grateful because the message is potent, it's real, and it's gonna last forever. And I know that
Yes,
because
sir.
And then going to the next part of damn, it was something that was on my, oh, men always gonna be used, right? Because you were
Yeah,
talking about, like, I remember in our live that we did with Russell, you were speaking on how the man and king is always going to be used. And I
yeah,
remember I talked about it in my live shortly. And before I get more of your perspective on it, I was telling them, I was like, even if a guy is just a dick on the side, right? Even if they're just fucking, he's still being used for the pleasure. Like, because guys can be like, oh yeah, I already smashed her. I did this. She ain't using me. But she is though. You could just be the sex in it, and
right.
you putting your energy into it is still being used. I had to bring it down to earth for that part, just under a sense, because I had some people be like, "Oh, I'm not being used if we're having sex." No, you're still being used as a dildo some way somehow. Like it's still a two-way street, bro. But I wanted to get more of your perspective on the whole king and man will be used, and we just talked a little bit on it, just how, like, even the a direction that we give, we're still being used for our masculine energy and the
Yeah.
things that we bring in life. So I want, again, so please go, because I'm on fire right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I
Yes,
love this
sir.
shit. I love this
Yeah,
shit.
no, so again, I consider, and this is it's crazy because, like, like just now how I said, I almost believe that there is no such thing as a feminine identity,
Yeah.
because it's really only the masculine identity. I also want people to know that when I speak, I take this seriously to the point that I humbly understand that masculinity is a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
And with that privilege comes a responsibility. It's not just, well, I'm a man and I'm egotistically, being braggadocious about the fact that I run shit and da 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 da. No, running shit is a privilege, bro. Like, let's not act like it's easy to be the leader. Let's not act like it's easy to be the boss. Let's not act like it's easy to be the king. Heavy is the head that wears the crown for a reason. I can't hear you. Make sure you no. Hello, hello.
Mic check. Yo, can you hear me now?
Okay. I
Okay,
I think
bet.
it might have been my earpods or something.
No, I
Okay,
think
cool.
it accidentally hit mute. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. My apologies.
Okay. Okay, now you good. So yeah, so as I was saying that, I don't say these things lightheartedly. I take it very seriously when I say these things. Where it's like it's not just about ego, right? I understand that it's a privileged position and it is a responsibility of men to serve. It's a responsibility of men to provide. It's a responsibility of men to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership is not easy because if there's danger, it's the leader that's gonna get hit first. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I don't take none of this shit lightly or act like I'm better than women. I literally understand that there are positions. There's no better or worse. There's just positions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would never tell a 6-year-old to stand in front of me in war.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Do I believe that like, is it because I'm better than the 6-year-old or whatever? No, but I know that just logically speaking, I'm gonna put the 6-year-old behind me to protect the life,
Yeah.
because as a man, that's what I'm supposed to do. And see, when we look at nature, there's a reason why one drop of our sperm can impregnate, 50 or to 100 women.
Absolutely.
There's a reason for that, bro.
And it's providing too,
Exactly.
and creating, and they're holding it. So that's even nature in itself for them to nature a man's path, and she's
Eh,
holding the kid while we provide.
bro. So understand that a lot of people love to just, be in their feelings, and they only
Mm-hmm.
understand surface level shit. But when you really break it all the way down to the cell, to you know what I mean, to the
Yeah.
chromosome, like, bro, like, there's a reason for this. We've been put in a certain position. So I take it very seriously when I say these things. So that's what I mean when I say I have to put myself first, because since I have to serve, since I have to provide, since I have to lead, since I have to protect, if I'm not on point mentally, physically, spiritually,
Yeah.
then that puts everybody behind me in danger, bro.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why we got to take it seriously. And it's, again, I have to say this again and again, because people are just people, right?
Right.
I don't. It's not about looking down upon women.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about protection. It's about knowing my role.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about understanding that if I'm no good, then I'll be no good to you. And I need to be good to make sure you're good. You understand? I had
Yeah.
I put this on one of my stories the other day when the guy, it was a guy in church, and he was talking about like, if you he did this thing where he followed the pattern. He was like, yo, if you want to find a like a bad family, then you're gonna find a bad father.
Yeah.
And if you find a bad neighborhood, you're gonna find bad families and with bad fathers. And if you find a bad uh like city, then you're gonna find a city with bad neighborhoods, with bad families and a bad father. And so everything always come back to the father, bro.
Yeah.
Everything comes back to the leadership of the family. That's really what it is. So it's really again, we serve. We are the closest thing to God. I said this in the Game Kings 2 documentary. We
Mm-hmm.
rise like the sun and we serve. You understand? And we don't. Does the sun ask permission for when to rise?
No, it just doesn't.
It just does it, bro. Does the sun ask permission to shine? It just does it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Does it ask you to say thank you? Does it wait for you to say thank you before it sets? No,
No.
it just does it. So
Exactly.
that's what we need to do as men, and that's why we need to be strong. That's why we need to put ourselves first and be good. You understand? We need to take care of ourselves so we can take care of others.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's all about. That's that like and that provides a consistency, bro. I'm sure that if Two Dapper had told you that, oh, Miles is always missing my shows, and I don't, he don't never show up when I call him, and he don't never. I'm sure you wouldn't have asked me to be on your show. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because if he's already getting that word from that part, it would have been like a inconsistency already.
Exactly. But it's the fact that I am consistent, that I am committed to the word. I am committed to my brand, to my business. That's what shows me to be the type of guy that you would reach out to
Facts.
actually be a part of your show. Because
Hmm.
if I don't show up, then that's bad for your business. That's bad for your brand. You see what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
you gonna so that's why it's important for me to serve. That's why it's important for me to be
Yes.
consistent, to do the things that I'm supposed to do, that I say I'm going to do, and be a man of my word, all of those things. And it's just sad that a lot of a lot of what's going on today, it puts a lot of men in a position where they don't want to be true to their word, right? They don't
Yeah.
want to deal with the responsibility. They don't want to deal with the privilege of service. They don't want to deal with the privilege of responsibility and leadership. And what I'm saying is that that's not natural.
Hmm.
There's something unnatural about that. You understand? And
It's
so
emotional.
that's what I'm here for. I'm here to remind men of the value within. That's the first line on my website. I'm here
You
to
hit
I'm
this.
here to uncover the value inside men. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible. Incredible. That's already $1,000 worth of game. Y'all, yo, he's going crazy. Everybody spam some stars in the chat. We got Miles Cunningham in the motherfucking building, y'all.
Yes,
That's
sir.
incredible. You know your last name was like a childhood best friend I used to have?
Oh
His
yeah?
last name was Cunningham. Yeah, I used to make fun of him. Not
Yeah,
saying I'm making fun of
and
you.
you know that's not my real name though, right?
For real?
Yeah, that's not my real name.
Holy shit.
So I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you I'm gonna tell
you
you
don't gotta leak it, but I didn't know that.
nah and if you do a little bit of research, you can find my real name, but I won't discuss it here. But I got my real name because
Understood.
I was I was I was I was putting in some work on this shorty one night, and 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 for her experience, to me it wasn't that long of a time. I
Yeah,
think it was
yeah.
more like 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
she was like, "Damn, you could go for long. That's crazy."
Yeah.
She was like, all the dudes that I messed with so far in my life, they just kind of, give me a couple pumps in missionary for like maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then they
Mhm.
roll over. But damn, you could go. You should be a porn star or something, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, she said
Yo,
you need
that's
a
crazy.
she said you need a porn star name like Miles or something. And I was
Yeah.
like, I like that. That's good. So then right then and there, I thought about the longest last name I could come up with. And then I thought about, okay, so there was this show back in the
Yo,
day
this
called
is
Happy Days.
fire.
There
It's
was this
called
show in the
Happy Dates.
Happy Days
Okay, okay, okay.
with this dude named the Fonz. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay, so it's a very old show, right? Super old.
Yeah, I'm like 15 years old, bro. So
Okay, so back in the '70s, right? Back in the '70s, I think it was this show called Happy Days, and
mhm.
one of the main characters was this dude named Richie Cunningham.
Okay.
So I just thought of that name, and then I put Miles and Cunningham together, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
That was my
that's
whole shit.
That's incredible. Firstly, honestly, that's monumental. I never would have thought. It's honestly inspirational. I'm gonna seek out, and be like, so you gonna call me son? Nah, I'm fucking with you. Look around and see some shit. No, that's hard though. I never knew that. That's actually really cool. Have you ever told that to anyone? Like ever like said that before?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's incredible.
yeah,
Now, damn, that was amazing. Now, okay, hold on. Going back to the thing of you putting the work in and shit like that. And I did some research on some of your older videos, and one of the videos I like because it's prominent. And even when we're talking about how like let people think you're a dickhead or women think you're an asshole and shit like
yeah,
that, was that you said let women think that you're arrogant because you're better off letting them think that shit. And before you go off into that, I do want to say you're 100% right, and it's just because at the end of the day, not even just for women, men, ladies, just in general. Because even last night I was doing a live. It was like 3 in the morning. I was talking about like authenticity, but like people were saying shit. I was like talking, still doing my thing, but I just truly realized too to bring everything together is that no matter what you put yourself first, you're still gonna be a character in somebody's head. So like you're gonna still be something like if you're authentic and you're confident, you're bold, you're direct, whatever, you're gonna be seen as a dickhead, asshole, and the famous line of who does he think he is? Like who does this guy think he is that talking like this? Oh, he think he got the swagger, or you can even talk to a woman in front of you, and you say, "Baby, you sexy. Come on, we gotta go out tonight. Come on." She gonna be like, "Who do you think you are? God, what, God, whole time they like it because it's polarizing, it's bold. Now, I do want to get your perspective on that part and like and how that is still implementing in your life now.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's better to let a woman think that you're an asshole because one good reason is that if she stays around, that means she actually likes who you are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because here's the thing with being authentic. You're always going to disappoint someone.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to please everyone, right? But the person that can identify with you, the person that is truly compatible with you will stick with you. And then
Mm-hmm.
if the truly compatible person sticks with you, then you know that there is something real about the connection.
Yeah.
Okay? So I rather you think I'm an asshole, but it's like but I can't get enough of this asshole. I got to stick with this guy.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so in my book, that constitutes a more real situation, right?
Yeah.
And then another thing is that you should never be afraid of disappointing your woman.
Yeah.
You understand? Because as the leader, you know, life be lifing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes things are gonna happen where you're gonna have to disappoint your girl. You know, just like how you know you might you know I have a nephew, right? For example, so I might say to my nephew, hey, later on we're gonna go to when you get home from school we're gonna go to the park,
Right.
right? But let's just say as soon as he comes home it starts raining. Now, hey, look, it's raining, it's thunder, is and I think I seen some lightning. We can't go to the park. That's not safe.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Be
Now,
disappointed in there. Yeah.
my nephew's gonna be disappointed, but it's safer for us to stay in the crib, probably play some video games,
Mm-hmm.
or play some board games, or just chill and talk, watch some TV, and spend time with my nephew, right?
Yeah.
So even though he's disappointed, I can still give him time. But what I'm saying is, so when you're dealing with your lady, it's the same thing. It's like as a leader what makes sense and what don't,
Yeah.
right? Because remember, as a provider of resource and structure, you also can tell when the structure is might be faulty, and if the resources may not be enough, or if we have to have a little bit of delayed gratification so we can save up the resources to do what we really want to do.
Facts.
Those are the responsibilities of a leader. Because let me tell you something. If every day you tell a chick, hey, let's go out to a 5-star restaurant and have steak, she will follow you every single day and have steak. And guess what? She will never ask you if the money's running out.
Yeah.
She's just gonna honor your invitation.
Exactly.
But as the leader, you have to look at the resources and say to yourself, you know what? Let's just do the 5-star steak once a month so we can save up resources to do what we really need to do, which is take a vacation or buy a house or
Mm-hmm.
pay for whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you have to be the one to lead and not and say, hey, listen, I know we've been going to 5-star restaurants, the last few days, but we're gonna stop that. We're gonna have to switch that to once a month now. She's
Mm-hmm.
gonna she's gonna be disappointed, but she will. If she fucks with you for real, she's gonna respect you. You understand? And
Of
that's
course.
what you're really looking for.
Yeah.
See, let me explain something to you, man. And a lot of guys get messed up with this. Don't expect your woman to be happy all the fucking time, bro.
Facts.
The problem with so many dudes is that life will happen and they'll explain something to their girl and then their girl will be disappointed. And because their girl is disappointed, they feel like they gotta, oh my God, are you mad at me? And don't be mad at me and blah blah blah. And sometimes you disappoint your girl and then she might kind of withdraw a little bit and she's a little bit less talkative.
Yeah.
And then the average dude that doesn't understand himself will think, oh man, my girl is giving me the silent treatment.
Mm-hmm.
She's not necessarily giving you the silent treatment. She just has to process her disappointment.
Yeah.
And until you experience real relationships, you're not gonna understand that. And then
Mm-hmm.
because you think she's giving you the silent treatment, you're gonna do two things. Um, well, there's three things you could do. You could be calm and realize, hey, she got to
Make
go through
sure.
her shit.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
understand? I already told her what it
Regular.
is. She got to go through her shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the best thing for you to do. But the other two, the average guy is gonna do one or two things. They're gonna get mad and try to retaliate and be like,
Facts.
"Oh, you want to give me the solid treatment? Then fuck you. I'll give you the solid treatment." And be passive aggressive and spiteful.
Petty. Petty. Yeah.
That's wrong. And then the other thing is they'll try to appease her, like, "Oh my
Give
God,
in.
please
Yeah.
don't be mad at me. I'm sorry, I didn't know." And then they'll look like a pussy in front of her.
That's
Either
how women
way, with
go.
those two options, you're gonna lose attraction.
Absolutely.
If you have to don't be afraid to disappoint your woman. And guess what? If you disappoint your woman and then she wants to leave you, let her go.
Already.
You get what I'm saying?
I
Because
100.
remember, what do you love? The thing we were gonna do, or do you love being with me?
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? What do
I
you
know.
love
Yeah.
more? The thing that you're disappointed about or being with me? And so that brings us back to what we were saying at the beginning. This is also why I have to put myself first.
Right.
Because remember, the woman operates on emotion. So if her emotions are more important than me, then what is she doing with me?
Just there for whatever it is.
Exactly.
Just for the
She
fuck of it.
she's only there to feel good.
Exactly.
You need a woman to feel good about being with you, not just to feel
Mm-hmm.
good. Too
Yeah.
many
Like.
men, too many men are trying to make women feel good just for the sake of feeling good. I need you
Yeah.
to feel good because of my identity, not because
Mm-hmm.
the 5-star steaks, not because of the trips, not because of going to the club, not because of all this money I got. But I need you to
Yeah.
feel good about being with me, the identity, the fingerprint. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Facts. Another way to good look at it too for men is like another thing is like you can go to a park and eat some sandwiches. That's gonna feel like a 5-star steak to her
Bro,
because she feels good with you. Bro, I've been in parking lots talking to women, made it feel like it's Paris just because it feels good to be with me.
exactly. And that's how it should be. And honestly, if it's not like that, then you're I think you're wasting your time. You're with the wrong person and
Facts.
and you're not experiencing, you're not having an authentic experience.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because when you're just trying to make the woman feel good, then it's like once she finds a guy that can make her feel good too,
Yeah, it's going same pattern, same thing that's happening every single
right?
time.
But she needs to feel good because of your identity. Because
Yes.
remember what we said earlier, your
Mm-hmm.
identity cannot be was has never been here before, and it never will be here again.
Exactly.
So if she
Yes.
values your identity, she can't go anywhere else.
It's what remains too. Like
Exactly.
in it's what creeps in at the night. It's the dreams that happen afterwards, and even not man. We could talk about women and shit, but we could. That's legacy.
Exactly.
After I'm gone, I promise you, I'm gonna be here. People gonna know me in 4000 BC or 4000. The year 4000, you still gonna know it. But that's like how deep it gets, because and after everything's said and done, like I said, looks, money, status. After it's all gone, what remains?
Right.
Because what remains is you. What
Exactly.
remains
That's
is
that's
there.
all that remains. That's all that yo, bro. Even your dick, bro. Like
Mhm.
because depending on how well you take care of yourself, depending on what happens to you in this life, there might be a point where you can't really get it up no more. And I'm not even talking about
Yeah.
just ED. I'm talking about just health. Period.
Yeah.
Like when you
Facts.
get older in age, but you see a couple still holding hands together. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yes.
And the reason why she there is because he has something that she can't find nowhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You
And it's
understand?
him.
And my whole point is if you don't work on that, if you
Yeah.
don't work on that, then a woman can always find a reason to leave you, bro. Always.
Yeah.
And on top of that, she can always find a reason to use you because anything that is not anything that is not you can be replicated. The only thing that cannot be replicated is you. So if she's with you for any other reason, she can find that any other reason anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with that being said, why would she choose to pour back into you? Why would she choose to turn herself into that gem that I was talking about before? She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't need to because she's getting exactly what she wants, which is
Mm-hmm.
the thing that she could get anywhere else.
Exactly. Like the dates, the looks, the money, and I've brought into analogy like men at the club asking women, "Oh, get in my section, let me buy you some bottles. Get in my section, let me get you some drinks." But then what people fail to realize too is that women still like down to earth connections or just connections. Period. While everybody's being superficial, women love to play the superficial game. They are superficial because it goes back to how you said women live to survive. And
Yeah, yeah,
honestly, I don't think we got enough time to even talk about that because we do got 8 more minutes, but one thing I put into analogy for the club was just saying that you could everybody's offering her a drink, but you can be the one that's offering himself to her. Just a
right,
conversation. Yeah, we're in the club, but does it mean that hey, let me hold your time? Hey, can I get you a drink to hold your time? It's
right,
like what we talked about in the show. Oh, I'm buying you a drink to have something between us, rather than say fuck that, no clothes. What's up? And
right.
just have a conversation with her. Like
Facts.
fuck all that. But
Right.
before we speak a little bit more, I do want to acknowledge the people that's in the building. I want to say what's up, Trevon. What's good, Jazzy? What's good, Darius? Fort Visitor, Julio, Zormina, Boxing,
So,
Vasil. I don't know how to say your name. My father will call you Vass. Shout out to Rico. Shout out to everybody. Danny Rosa, great to see everybody. We have Miles coming here in the building. We
what
are
up? What
going
up?
to end in 7 minutes. So you guys drop some fucking stars because he's going insane. He's talking that talk. And I love conversations like this because it really creates and sees the bigger picture for everything and to see where your head is at for sure. Just when people listen to these certain things, because although there's like it's getting more popular, people still aren't really obtaining it though. Like
Right.
it's not a true appliance of putting yourself first. It's like a trend. And I noticed that like in the past couple of years, it's like the self-love, but people on the self-love to feel self-love, not to be self-love. Like
Right.
there's a complete difference. Like you said, when you're talking about it's not easy to be a leader or it's not easy to be a king and things like that. And this is completely true because the disappointment it will happen. And I completely understand that. But that's why a lot of people don't want to gravitate towards leadership, or rather play the other things. Because one, people are people pleasers. Two, people live off of other people's validations. And three, people are scared to disappoint other people.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, when you disappoint other people, you get to see who those people really are when you disappoint them. So you get to see who's in alignment with that. You're like,
Exactly.
if they're really truly disappointed in some shit that just happened and they can't move on, firstly, you should. That's how they are regulating things within emotionally, and secondly, that's not the type of person you need on your team. Whether it's a
Exactly.
friend, family, a woman, whomever, you don't need that person on your team. And I think
Exactly.
that was extremely important that you said that, bro.
Yes,
For
sir.
real. 1,000 though, but a little bit because we do got 5 more minutes. Is there anything that you want to plug in and show the people? I know you showed the soap. Wait, can you show the soap again? I think that people need to see the soap. We got the mat. I don't have a soundboard, but just imagine there's claps and shit. But yeah, we got the masculine identity that's showing the soap right now.
Yes,
Miles
sir.
Cunningham is in the building.
Yes,
This
sir.
was this was an incredible conversation, man. Again, like I said, welcome to the AllStar community. We would more than love to have you back again.
See, it's written on the soap, man.
So damn, like how did they engrave it? They like someone just engraved it like with a
So I
laser.
got a mold. I got a custom made mold.
Oh man,
A, a custom made mold that has the words masculine identity. And guess who caught me the mold?
who?
My lady.
All right, you guys, you have a good one. I think we're gonna head it
Enhancements,
out
bro.
there. Nah, I'm playing.
Enhancements all day, bro. Enhancements
Right.
all day.
Nah, I love that, especially when they create stuff for you. Like I have this right here. This one of the ladies created this for me.
Nice.
You know, so the world's in my hands. I told her to just make a painting of me, of what you think about me, because she wanted to get back in art. Because
Yeah.
it goes back into giving the little dose. Because women start to get creative. All of a sudden, these niggas
Yeah,
get
I'm telling
motivated
you.
and shit.
Bro, your leadership, protection, inspiration, confidence, everything, bro. I'm
Yes.
telling you. I'm telling you.
And it gets deep, and she did that, and she gave me like a whole paragraph as to why these things. But it's just a lot of it shows how important it is when you follow your own direction. Because
Facts.
even though we can talk about women, we can talk about getting women, all these things, but at the end of the day, the core is who you are and what your imprint and impact is. Because my whole thing with everything is about impactful. Like my reality is impactful, and so that's like I'm gonna bring it to this world for it. Was there something you were gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you good, you good.
Oh yeah, no, it was just that because it's not. Yeah, people can see us impacting women. They could be, oh, he's doing this, he's too smooth, or he's doing this with the brand. But at the whole time, this is just an extension of what we are. Just an extension of it. I like to always talk about the seed in the ground. You plant the seed, you water it, it grows into a tree. But a tree doesn't go just straight up. It has different branches, different ways of different lives, different lengths. You performing because I perform too. So there's performing, and then you got. I think you guys actually covered one of my music videos. So shout out to y'all for that.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like an extension of a lot of things, and I think it's incredible to bring things forward. And like you're talking about for men, it's about implementing it, putting it out there, creating, protecting, providing, serving, and for the men that have a faulty identity or have a hard ego, it's okay to serve. Like it's this is what we're here for. It's our purpose. Even us talking about this is serving. This is
Yes.
serving. This is giving. This is providing.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's incredibly
Yeah.
important.
Nah, that's the value of a man. A man at his peak is serving everyone else in society.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say everyone, I mean he's serving other men, he's serving the elderly, he's serving women, and he's serving children. Do you understand? He's
Yeah.
even serving animals and everything around him.
Facts.
Everything around us. We at our peak, that's what we do. We serve, bro. We serve.
Absolutely.
And there's people don't realize the leadership and the power of service.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think you have to be I'm just a lowly servant. Listen, man, even when we talk about a king, the person that serves him his food has the power to poison him.
Facts.
So think about how powerful the servant is. And
Bro,
then the
extremely.
king himself is a servant because he's
Mm-hmm.
serving the people. He's serving the people of his kingdom. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? He's serving his queen. He's serving his prince, his princess. He's serving the royal court. He's serving the
Mm-hmm.
knights, and he's serving every other person in the kingdom.
Yep.
You understand? It's again heavy. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. We pay the
Mm-hmm.
cost to be the boss. Like that's what all of these statements mean. So
Yeah.
it's not anything that we take lightly. It's not anything that we just talk about just for the sake of ego. It is a
Nah.
privilege. It is a
Mm-hmm.
privilege and a responsibility to be a man and to serve the people that love us, the people that hate us, and everyone in between. Right? Because we already know that we're not going to make everyone happy, but we still got to do our part.
Yeah.
You understand? There still has to be a Miles Cunningham. There still has to be an Isaac for for evolutionary talk. There has to be a Too Dapper for the man panel. It just has to be, bro.
Yeah.
It has to be. And you know what I love about like social media and where we are today is
Mm.
that you can carve out your own space in your own little pocket of the world,
Yeah.
and speak directly to the people who gravitate to you.
Yeah. It's an honor too.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you because a lot of people think you need millions and millions of followers and views to actually be successful. That's not true.
Yeah.
That is far from true. What you really got to do is be authentic and really resonate with somebody for real in an authentic way, and then that is what will make you successful. But you got to be is that consistency that's going to help it. You
Yeah,
understand?
dedicated to it. Yeah, because
Exactly.
it's just devoted to it, devoted to yourself, devoted to the vision. But
Yes, sir.
again, you guys don't want to take up too much of Miles' time because if we continue with the rest, because I didn't even get to finish. Like we still got half, but we would have. Yeah, we would have continued. This
Yo,
would be going
hey,
on for
let me
one
tell
week.
you something. I
So
do I do these Monday night master classes on my membership,
yeah,
masculineidentitymembership.com, right?
mhm.
So we do these Monday night master classes. So I have a whole curriculum,
That's
bro.
fire.
Bro, the conversations be so deep, bro. Like I'll get through a third of the curriculum, and I'll be having to make part ones, part twos, part threes because it's
Yes.
so heavy. It's heavy,
It's
bro.
it's too much. You talk about one. Say consistency. 3 days. That's 3 days. You tell me I gotta keep consistency of one thing because it's like it can't. It's just so much of a box. So that's incredible. So again, make sure y'all go to masculineidentity.com. Correct?
Masculineidentity.com. Yes, sir.
Yes. Is there anywhere they can find you for some people that don't know? Because there's still so many people in this world. But please plug in where they can find you, follow you, and everything.
So yeah, so everything is at Miles in the Game. So all of my ats, so my YouTube and my Instagram at Miles in the Game, and then my website is masculineidentity.com. Masculineidentity.com. Exactly how it's spelled, two words, no spaces, masculineidentity.com. And you could get the soap, you can get my membership. You can schedule a consultation.
Oh, look at
We
look at
got
that.
we got seminars, and we have two documentaries: Game Kings One, Game Kings Two. I mean, and we got guys like Boss Max, Steve the Dean, Mister 1950, King Dre, Taekwondo, K Zaggin, Mister Lucario, Rom Wills. You know what I'm saying? So and Boss Mac. So we got from Rosebud. Hey,
Mhm.
shout out to Rosebud, man.
That's
Platinum,
awesome
Ruby,
for
Silver.
sure.
Yeah, so we got the OGs all the way down to the young bucks like Taekwondo, man. We got Eddie Fuse. Shout out to Eddie Fuse. You know what I mean? I mean, he took a slightly different path right now, but shout out to him anyway.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know what
not
I'm saying?
familiar. I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, nah, Eddie Fuse is heavy, but
No.
he's more into like Christianity right now. So he
Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
he kind of moved over, but Eddie Fuse got some game on him, definitely.
Facts. Yeah, that's what's up, though. Make sure y'all go ahead and tune in with Miles Cunningham. Get that consultation code. For those who don't know, have that identity with themselves. Hey, look, he can give you the identity. You go, you become a king, and you may fuck a bitch. Who gonna give you a porn star name too? You may end up putting that shit out there. Nah, man, we do. Welcome back, and thank you again for taking the time to come out to the AllStar lifestyle. This is us. What we do. Again, more than welcome to come back. And we could finish it. We could do a part two in the future. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
We can do the other things and everything. So again, shout out to everybody. My name is AllStar Izzy, aka Isaac, and this has been an evolutionary talk with my special guest, Miles Cunningham. Until next time, this will be posted up. Until next time, thank you again for your time, bro.
Peace, brothers.
Peace.
You be easy.
Yes, sir.